So on Tuesday, the 17th, Senator Padilla was giving his statement in his oral remarks on the floor of the Senate to condemn and to pretty much give firsthand witness as to what happened when he was accosted and got pretty much manhandled forcibly out and then brought to his knees and his and put on his stomach while mentioning his family. But unfortunately, there's been a bit of a repeat came up in New York City. So what am I talking about New York City? Well, this is a liberty crier to call out and cry out the injustice that has happened again in the state of New York. A mayor a mayor candidate was in court, been doing it for a few weeks now, as we come to find out that he was there to make sure that the immigrants who were there for their court hearings were not accosted and brought out to make sure nothing bad happens. Unfortunately, when few weeks, not too long ago, as I mentioned in my preamble statements, we have a bit of a repeat again. The ICE agents were there waiting, and lo and behold, as the mayor candidate was walking him out, the ICE agents were there and waiting and jumped, tried to take him, and he, the mayor candidate, put his arms around him and held on locked, did not want to let go, and he asked for a warrant repeatedly. And it made me think to all the other times we've seen the ICE agents pull off this surprise arrest that he asked for warrants and they never showed him anything. It reminds me of the one with the Columbia student who got arrested in from looks like an apartment building that they asked for a warrant, wasn't shown. So Mahmoud Khalil. Another student from a Tubb student who was pretty much also arrested for making an opinion piece that when Trump was not even president in 2024, that was under Biden. And now, as we've been hearing, what's been going on in California, same thing. ICE raids there in places in businesses, in homes, in schools. It is insane what's going on in the country. This is not hyperbole. This is not re- inflammatory rhetorics as what I said about Gestapo. This is exactly like what the Gestapo did in Germany, the secret police. Though they hate being called that, they're just doing their jobs. Yes, to that point, but I'm calling bullshit. That is Gestapo like. This is what Hitler did. No matter what. It is illegal and it is against the Constitution of the United States to do that. They have the right to due process. No matter if you are an immigrant, you have the right of habeas corpus. Show me the body. So now it is insane to me that when Senator Padilla was giving his statements, this happened in New York. It is insane. This is a Gestapo like raids that needs to stop. ICE needs to get their act together and knock it off because they will answer to the people. And the people are going to get to the point of no return of saying, no, you're done. You will be abolished. Pretty much done. There will be no more ICE agents. Just cancel them. Unfortunately, that's pretty much where we're heading under this authoritarian regime of Trump, the Trump regime, which is heading there under these unconstitutional, very damning raids that ICE just can't keep doing. It's not sustainable. There's just no way they can make the numbers they are asking because there's no criminals that bad. They're not going to get the numbers. They're fooling themselves. So now they're just indiscriminately going after people who are on the margins, who are the least likely to do the jobs. If they see a crime, they will not report it. They are the ones that try to get out of gang affiliated countries or no, very oppressive regimes in other countries because this is the land of the free and home of the brave who have the right to habeas corpus and in the Constitution again. It is insane to me that we are not standing up to this. This is inflammatory. This is insane. And though I spoke in another book about we can't be angry about this, true, we can't be angry, but we got to be outraged peacefully to condemn this. This must be condemned full stop, no matter what. And this is Trump's revenge campaign, though I am not being hyperbolic as those who are in the democracy fighting movement and other mediums of the independent movement. It is shows that it is a very revengeful, spiteful president, not a president, but an authoritarian thinking he's king. He's no king. We had that this past Saturday, and he's a wannabe dictator who came home from the G7 when President Zelensky was coming to see the G7 to ask for help, continuous help, because he didn't want to confront Zelensky because he doesn't know how to stop Putin. Unfortunately, you got to put the squeeze on him. Re-tighten our sanctions against Russia. It's that simple. There's just no denying it. It's that simple. So I'm going to say this. It made me think about what happened in all those other the student Mahmoud Khalil, the top student, the female top student, the senator, and then I want you all to stop right here. Put a pause right here, and go take a look at those. Take a look at those videos and see, is that not very Gestapo like? Very, very similar, but more open, not secret, not enclosed. Go ahead, stop right here. I can wait. Oh, you're back? You've actually looked at them, saw them, reviewed them, and can tell the difference. Especially the mayor candidate asked repeatedly, more than once, to ask for where's a warrant? Where's a warrant? Hey, I need to see your judicial warrant, your federal warrant, any warrants. And he said no. Like I said, same thing with Senator Padilla. They didn't show any warrants. So yeah, and this shit has to stop. It's got to stop. This is not conducive in our country, and this cannot continue. No matter what, the police has to do their job. This is going to make things harder and very dangerous for cases that maybe this person who's the witness to a crime will not, who happened to be illegal himself, will not come forward, who would probably be the key witness to a crime. And they won't say anything because they tried that in their country and they got punished for it. So now we are on heading for a authoritarian regime that's all about me, myself, and I, and not we, the people, us, the people, and for the people. So we need to be careful with our rhetorics, but speak out to this cruelty of unconstitutional and unpatriotic. This is not our country. This is not what we're fighting for, and we must stand up. This is the Liberty Crier crying out to call out to all of you. If you see somebody who does this, get in them, record them, tell them, hey, do you have a warrant? Where's your warrant? You can't take this person. Go to any courthouse. Just watch immigration. Do nothing. Just be a, and to the mayor candidate, and to those, and there were others who were arrested, such as a sitting judge, and to all of those who were arrested, in who were arrested. And I agree with. I'm going to make a shout out to the Michael Popok of Illegal AF, who is supported by the Midas Touch Network. Also, another shout out. They speak truth to it, they speak truth to power, and they call it out like it is. They do not mince words, they call it out like it is. And to say what he meant, to quote Michael Popok saying, anyone who got arrested by detained, I would say detained, that would be that would be patriotic. And that they were getting into, as another civil rights leader, John Lewis, said, it is time to get into good trouble. And they got into good trouble because they are speaking out, showing up, and people are listening. So keep keep up the work, keep up the fight. Do not protest in violence, in anger, or in hate. We must stay the line, as Martin Luther King had experienced and told us what to do in his words. So we need to be careful what we do at this moment in time. So thank you for listening. Continue fighting and make sure you stay eternally vigilant, because liberty has to be is eternal vigilance to remain on guard. Thank you.